Hi, my name is Erin Nelson, and I've been a bookseller at Rediscovered Books for about 2 years now. So I've seen some books kind of come and go on the band's book list over the past couple of years, and it's been a really interesting evolution to watch. So the book that I'm going to read today is a classic, Speak, by Laurie Halse Anderson. And this is a really fantastic and important book about a main character named Melissa, who's going into her freshman year in high school. And over the summer, Melissa has busted a party, and so she's called the police. She got a lot of students who attended the party in trouble, and so she's somewhat of an outcast in her high school. Nobody knows why Melissa has called the police, and it's, spoiler alert, revealed at the end of the book that she was raped at the party. And so because of this book has been challenged and banned in a lot of different schools across the nation. And I personally believe that it is one of the most important teen literature books out there, because it focuses on a young teenage girl who is dealing with a very serious trauma, and it is a reality for a lot of students across this country. It's very important for us to be talking about these issues, and I think that that level of censorship can be really damaging to students. So I'm going to read one of my favorite passages about Melissa describing the high school cafeteria lunchroom. Lunch doom. Nothing good ever happens at lunch. The cafeteria is a giant soundstage where they film daily segments of teenage humiliation rituals. And it smells gross. I sit with Heather, as usual, but we're off by ourselves in a corner by the courtyard, not near the Marthas. Heather sits so her back is to the rest of the cafeteria. She can watch the wind shift, the drifts of snow trapped in the courtyard behind me. I can feel the wind seep through the glass and penetrate my shirt. I'm not listening too closely as Heather hems her way to what is on her mind. The noise of 400 mouths moving, consuming, pulls me away from her. The background pulsing of the dishwashers, the squeal of announcements that no one hears, is a vespiary, the Hornet Haven. I'm a small ant crouched by the entrance, with the winter wind at my back. I smother my green beans with mashed potatoes. Heather nibbles through her jicama and the whole grain roll and throws me off while she eats her baby carrots. Heather: this is really awkward. I mean, how do you say something like this? No matter what. No, I don't want to say that. I mean, we kind of paired up at the beginning of the year when I was new and I didn't know anyone, and that was really, really sweet of you. But I think it's time for us both to admit that we just are very different. She studies her no-fat yogurt. I try to think of something bitchy, something wicked and cruel. I can't. Me: you mean we're not friends anymore? Heather, smiling with her mouth, but not her eyes. We were never really friends, were we? I mean, it's not like I ever slept over at your house or anything. We like to do different things. I have my modeling, and I like to shop. Me: I like to shop. Heather: you don't like anything. You're the most depressed person I've ever met, and excuse me for saying this, but you are no fun to be around, and I think you need professional help. Up until this very instant, I had never seriously thought of Heather as my one true friend in the world, but now I am desperate to be her pal, her buddy, to giggle with her, to gossip with her. I want her to paint my toenails. Me: I was the only person who talked to you on the first day of school, and now you're blowing me off because I'm a little depressed? Isn't that what friends are for, to help each other out in bad times? Heather: I knew you would take this the wrong way. You're just so weird sometimes. I squint at the wall of hearts on the other side of the room. Lovers can spend $5 to get a red or pink heart with their initials on it mounted on the wall for Valentine's Day. It looks so out of place, those red splotches on blue. The jocks, excuse me, the student athletes, sit in front of the hearts to judge the new romances. Poor Heather. There are no Hallmark cards for breaking up with friends. I know what she's thinking. She has a choice. She can hang out with me and get the reputation of being a creepy weirdo who might show up with a gun someday, or she can be a Martha, one of the girls who gets good grades, does nice things, and skis well. Which would I choose? Heather. When you get through this life sucks phase, I'm sure a lot of people will want to be your friend, but you just can't cut classes or not show up to school. What's next? Hanging out with the dopers? Me. Is this the part where you try to be nice to me? Heather. You have a reputation. Me. For what? Heather. Look, you can't eat lunch with me anymore. I'm sorry. And don't eat those potato chips. They'll make you break out. She neatly wraps her trash into a wax paper ball and deposits it in the trash can. Then she walks to the Martha table. Her friends scooch down to make room for her. They swallow her whole, and she never looks back at me. Not once.